Stand to McWars, and welcome back to another episode of RogueTech as we continue the campaigns of Howl's Harrows. And the last time, well, we managed to get our hands on another urban mech. I didn't actually have a chance to show it during the episode itself. However, we have recently constructed one, and should we have enough time, I will go back and show it to the people, even though it's not going to be ready probably for another 18, 20-something days. We'll find out later on. But we are very, very low on cash because I couldn't help from building it. We're down to about 150,000, and we're going to owe 750 by the end of the month. And the end of the month is 8 days away. So with that in mind, the prisoner. Yarr, we need to transfer a prisoner from Mern to another system. The prisoner has allies in the Federated Suns and will stop at nothing to set their ally free. To make it harder for them to target the prisoner, we're doing our best to send out mixed signals on the prisoner and when the transfer will be. We're also sending Tortugan forces out as dummy convoys and sending multiple vehicles in each convoy. However, your convoy will be the real one. This will be a one-half skull we're getting way out of line. 5 of 12 priority salvage, 283,600 sea-bills at 1.5 skulls. Let's drop down on top of these. Oh, and a Martian biome. So it's not going to be quite as bad as the lunar environment, but we are still currently operating in a little bit of a dusty area. I was really planning on potentially doing this mission for cash, as it was going to pay about 900,000 sea-bills, which would have taken care of our money was. But 5 of 21 salvage is kind of, well, not ignorable, and the amount of enemies that you tend to run across, well, you don't actually run away from them. You kill every last one of them, and then you can get all kinds of crazy stuff. So 5 of 21 salvage, if we run into a couple of pieces of really good gear, we might be able to get a lot of good stuff. I am starting to consider maybe moving my selling threshold up to about 30 to 35 tons at this point. We have 4 urban mechs now and a javelin, so 5 of our mechs right now are lights, which is obviously not great. We want to sort of move beyond that. Also, we have a 6th mech, which is currently being built, although it's being built sort of from the ground up, so it's a little bit better than your average light, so hopefully that'll be able to stand up. But I think we've kind of hit the point where lights are no longer really appreciated or needed. We have a good mix of every single type of hard point, so that's not much of concern. Quirks don't exist anymore, so we may as well just take advantage of the tonnage we got. So at this point, I'm going to probably move the threshold up to 30 tons. I may keep some urban mech parts around because I do have a couple of risk urban mechs and urban mech 2Cs that I'd like to see if I can't build in order to get some piece of crazy equipment. But that's not the biggest thing that I'm all that worried about anymore. Let's be honest, we've actually got a fairly decent spread of equipment, and what is an arrow for Irby going to give us? The ability to, lob an arrow forward at somebody, or use the tag for that same deal, which is cool, but I'm steadily becoming less and less convinced that it's super useful, especially as we start to go up in tonnage. I mean, we spent one episode, it was incoming, it went up over the weekend, I believe, on Saturday, that we got shelled every single round and hit every single round, and it didn't really matter at the end of the day. So I'm not quite sure if that's where we want to go. By the way, the sound quality in today's episode is not going to be great. As has been mentioned on my Discord and on occasion in my streams, I am currently in the process of moving house, and I have moved my setup finally to my new place. So I haven't yet fully gotten sort of like the area set up, so it's a little less echoey. I'm still working on getting that nailed down. And in fact, tomorrow is when more of that echoey foam and bass traps and all that crap are showing up. So today's episode is going to be a little bit off, but I hope that you will bear with us as we go in for some big stompy robot action. Finally, I've identified the enemy. We're actually facing the back of a Vulcan. Oh, I like Vulcans. Vulcans are 45-ton mechs. They're designed mostly for crowd control, and I've always wanted one, but never had them. They also generally carry an AC2, which is hilarious to me. Also, we're looking at a Chameleon, which is a fairly solid training mech, if I'm remembering correctly. Shadowhawk 5M, which should have some interesting gear. A Griffin, wow, we may have gotten a little bit overhead. And a Warrior. I'm not worried about the Warrior or the Pegasus, but the rest of the mechs are actually pretty dangerous because they're all mediums, and, well, we've only got 2. So we're going to have to rely on the superiority of our mechs and items. I think I want to, yeah, we'll just give him some Jeff. Doing a little bit just to sort of get our eye in. We did manage to tag him, so that'll be the increased accuracy on that, not that we can actually hit him. We don't really go in for LRMs at the moment, although that is somewhat slated to change in about a month. So Chameleon bouncing out forward, opening fire with all of his weapons, a whole bunch of missiles, did manage to get a couple of hits on the javelin, which is obviously less than ideal. His electronic countermeasures proving not to be enough. We're going to have to bring up the rest of the group to see if we can't shield him with the rest of our crazy electronics. Swing on forward, not actually within range of the target, which is a little bit sad because, we have an AC-10, so we're dealing with something well beyond that. However, the Hachi will be able to get in range with his grenade launcher, which is hilarious range, actually. 32%. Can I hit the Vulcan? No, I can't. I do have an option on the Shadowhawk. Yeah, we'll fire the Shadowhawk. Why? Because I don't really like Shadowhawks. close. Missed by only 5%, so that's actually not all that terrible. So we'll just keep getting on in and continuing to use our little mini artillery. Assassin walking on forward, another 40 tonner, so we are definitely facing a lot heavier than our current tonnage, which is somewhat concerning at this moment. I mean, 3 urban mechs and 2 mediums is not exactly the greatest thing you want on your group. We may have to pull our guys back soon. The Usagi's, there's no way it's getting in range unless I fly it, and I do need to kind of save the heat a little bit. Although the light PPC is going to have a considerable amount of range to it, so once we finally get to just a little bit closer, we should be able to start taking pot shots at everybody. Recently, by the way, Paradox has gained a level up for his gunnery, so hopefully that'll make him a little more accurate. I think that was an AC2 round from the Vulcan, yes indeed, and it managed to miss us by a considerable margin. Adding on to the fact that we're currently jamming, plus the fact that he jumped, yeah, that was a predictable result. And more ECM coverage going down, or are we just walking into our own? Just walking into our own. All right, nothing in range of the tag even. Wow, we certainly have this engagement very much stretched out. I think we're going to pull back with the forward elements, make them have to come to us. There's nothing that the convoy is going to do at that rally point anyway, so we can sort of take our time. Chameleon bouncing behind a mountain over there. Not all that engaged at the moment. A Griffin 1DS, not familiar with that particular model, but he's not particularly accurate with all those missiles he just sent, unless they were mines, in which case we might be in trouble. Howl going to come on forward. I think her Ultra AC5 should be able to get a range on something, and no range at all for her. So that is rather terrifying. We can't hit anybody because we're just not there. Unfortunately, Finn is just a little bit too fast for everybody's taste. Single medium laser from the Shadowhawk, not able to impact our javelin. He is just dodge tanking everything today. Coach, let's get you on forward. Phoenix Hawk, he's currently taking over from Howl, because Howl is currently having fun as she rides into battle on the Wolverine. Only missed by 5% with a 13% chance to hit. That's pretty good luck. I mean, sure, a miss is a miss, but we got to give him credit where credit's due, and credit was most certainly due for that one. More incoming missiles on the Javelin. One more hit. I gotta get an AMS on this thing. I will rip out that LRM-5 and I will put it in AMS and I will be happy about it. In fact, I could do that. I've got 2 tons invested in that LRM. And the AMS, if I get a laser AMS, is 1.5 tons. If I get a normal AMS, I believe it's 1 ton plus a half ton for ammo. Or I could throw in a full ton of ammunition just to defend even better. So we may end up doing that in the somewhat near future. Because it's becoming a little bit ridiculous. Alright, we will be able to get into range. Is it going to be any sort of decent range? Probably not. So I'm going to sprint, see if I can't get into another range bracket outside of extreme. 23%, not terrible, but also not great. I do have enough recoil on this gun, if I recall correctly. Because Howl automatically sheds 1, and the ballistic fire control system, I think, does another. So we'll double tap him. 2 shots, unfortunately 2 misses on that one. We're going to have to get a little bit closer in order to take ultimate engagement on that one. Let's run forward towards the berm. I don't want to be seen, which is good, so we'll start just shelling from behind cover. 0.9% only is not good enough to waste the round. We have 19 rounds, but this is going to be a reasonably long mission. But we are now getting our forces sort of gathered together, where they can support each other as best as possible. Assassin moving on in, another LRM-5 shot. Ooh, some kind of scatter cluster round airburst maybe, causing all kinds of irritating damage to the mechs. That's significant, but it is a lot, and it could potentially hit us. Ooh, that was a solid hit with a large laser. So the Javelin definitely under fire. We're going to have to get it back soon. I don't want to move it just yet, though. But yeah, that leg armor is down to 13. So pretty much any shot at it at this point is going to take it down. I think it's time to fly the Usagi. The temperature I will take care of later. So bounce it on forward. And give me a target. Shut off the PPC, just the ER medium. And yeah, it's pretty terrible all around. In fact, don't shoot at all, just brace it up. Extra protection plus the dodge. Hopefully that'll absorb a little bit of fire. We'll swing the Javelin on back. Not too far back, as I do want to make sure that it is close enough to be able to still support the Hachi up front there. So the Javelin has a shot. It's not a great shot, but hey, it doesn't affect us at all. So we're going to fire the LRMs, and we did get some hits with the chaff. Quite a few of them, actually. I don't think we managed to nail the tag on that one. Hachi starting to be the recipient of the major amounts of missiles and 1 hit on through. Although I do believe the Shadowhawk might actually be able to get in range to support of that. So Jester gonna rush on forward. Is he gonna be hit? Yep, he's got the support going down now. 23%, 13. That's not good enough to waste the shot. Well, actually no, he does have the recoil reduction, so he could probably fire that for free, but the flat jam chance is just not worth taking the risk for. So unfortunately, most autocans have flat jam chances on top of the recoil jam chances, which just serves to irritate the heck out of me. Oh, the Usagi was the target, but it was the Shadowhawk that took the hit from the AC-5. Unfortunate for him. We're going to have to keep them a little bit more spread out. Top. Paladin in the Tombo, going to surge on forward, see if we can't get anything going on. It's all just terrible, but that's because we're steadily getting into range bit by bit. Going to shut off a pair of medium lasers, that way we can still take a couple of shots, but nothing managed to impact, unfortunately. That Shadowhawk, however, is going to be mine. I don't like it, but I'm going to have to take it. That's, at the end of the day, that's going to be the reality of it. We'll probably get our hands on another Shadowhawk, and we'll probably build it as one of the core features of the Lance. Just don't have to be happy about it. Griffin bouncing on forward before it just unloads everything it's got on the Hachi. Luckily for us, the Hachi is nimble, aggressive, maneuverable, and cloaked behind a shield of electronic fuzz. Goach gonna move on forward in the Phoenix Hawk. I think I want to keep the angle a bit wide, 22%. How about if I got even closer? I can walk through bad terrain. Now we'll shift slightly to the side. So now we're right up on top of close, and we got 43% chances to hit. We'll shut off the medium laser for now, so I can blitz a couple times in a row. 2 good hits on that one, and a little bit of unsteadiness going down. Interesting. If I follow up properly with a couple of autocannon shots, I might be able to get something really good done. Alright, the enemy gets to operate now, all of them at this point, as that was our last pilot for this round. Let's see how they wish to respond. Nothing so far. They're probably trying to puzzle out the way to get to the Hachi, although we have presented another target. Shadowhawk going to bounce a little bit and not engage. He's hiding behind this little berm here. So that's fairly decent for us, because if they let me get into range, I'm going to take advantage of that. Chameleon, Vulcan, Assassin, and Valkyrie. Ah, that was the other mech. Warrior's going to pull back. This could be a cannon warrior. Nope, it's just another couple of LRMs. So nothing too dangerous to have to worry about so far. And the Hachi is just beautifully cloaked as the electronic countermeasure comes up to support the entire unit. Round 5, phase 20. Hey, we have several pilots at phase 20. So it's time for... Oh, there's a dropship inbound on this. I wonder if I could keep him here for the entire time when it comes dropping in, although he may be standing just to the side of it. Can I get a serious mech on forward? What's my accuracy looking like? It's not tremendous. I'd like to be able to use my dead fires, but odds are that's going to require a little bit more effort on our part. I'm going to swing around to the side, see if I can't protect myself as best as possible while still getting decent shots. The light tag's going to like it. I'm going to go narc on this one so that we can hopefully get a couple of hits on to improve the accuracy. Not a 1. Jeez, that was a terrible firing from the gel. I'm a very, very disappointed person. How will they respond? He's going to move at 17. Means he's going to be Jester, but not Howl. So if I put enough fire into him, I may actually be able to stop him. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to move Mockingbird before then. I don't want to move her on top of it. The Vulcan bouncing a little bit more again. Firing on the Tombo and missing by 44%. So that's always wonderful. It's not being particularly accurate because it's deciding to jump every single turn for basically no reason, as far as I can tell anyway. We'll shift on forward a little bit, over to the side, 32%. Turn on the blitzing. And another structure exposed, and we got the target acquired, so that should help out a little bit. I don't want to move too far forward, but I may not have much of a choice. 23%, or I could run for the point-blank range shot, but now I'm standing basically inside the death zone. So 21% according to this, but I don't quite believe it. How evasive is he? Do we know? We actually don't have that information. All right, we're going to do the walk attack then. And I am going to pass right on forward right here. See if we got anything. 38% with dead fires. Listen kills go up to 51. We'll take advantage of the listen kills and fire the grenade launcher as well. Quite a few good hits. Foot destroyed. Come on, unevasive. Or we're going to need a little bit more. Oh, I'm going to need a little bit more. We're on phase 18. I've got nothing that's going to react before him because he's on 17. So all of my other mechs... Oh no, Howl might be up for this one. Okay, Howl, you might be able to blow his leg off, although I would have preferred to have done that, you know, when he was unsteady, and then you would have been able to beat the crap out of him. It would have been beautiful. Valkyrie comes surging forward from a massive distance on that one. Alright, Howl. You have the side angle shot. You should have the range. I'll try to... No, it's not. Fire everything. Come on, push it unsteady. I think she missed every single shot. 8 shots at a 23%. I was expecting at least 1 or 2. Actually, ideally 2, but that was not to be. So we're going to have to get even closer with that ultra autocannon. Although, unfortunately, if it gets too close, the ultra autocannon becomes a lot less effective. Although I do believe she has a couple of abilities set up to reduce that minimum range. We're going to have to see where that one actually leads us to. And once we do, hopefully we'll be able to lock them down. The Chameleon coming up forward, I don't like that because it has a fairly decent setup of weapons. Fortunately for us, it decided to be somewhat crazy and stupid. Yeah, the Usagi is going to be up with the additional accuracy. We're going to set up the PPC and set it to rapid fire mode. 75%. Let's take advantage of it. 3 good hits, managed to destroy a double heatsink, so there is that advantage. Are you cooking? Shouldn't be. Oh no, he broke it. Alright, the light PPC has misfired. We got to set it back to normal mode and not use it like that again. So he's very much unsteady and a leg exposed. Cool buff, apparently, is on his foot. So let's see what he wants to do with it, because it is phase 17, which is all him. He guarded and entrenched. Okay, that's a very aggressive position to take, however, somewhat stupid, because you're standing out in the middle of the open, and I've got a Shadowhawk that's about to move up, and he's got an MML-15 that is loaded to the brim with listen kill SRMs, and you guys haven't demonstrated that you have any kind of AMS system in this entire location. So, Coach, yeah, sure, let's have Coach do it. He's not evasive at all, he's totally exposed and vulnerable. Let's take advantage of it. Blow his leg off or something. Ooh, good hit on the leg, and there goes his entire right arm. So we've taken out a large pulse laser? Wow, he didn't even fire the large pulse laser when he was standing right there in front of us. So that is concerning for him, to be sure. So we pretty much have him on the run at this point. I mean, we're through his armor. We're going to penetrate this with the next attack. I kind of expect to be able to kill him. An LRM-20 and a large pulse laser. That's a pretty interesting combination. Not sure I would have gone in that direction. A couple of good hits on the Phoenix Hawk because it's not being super evasive or nimble at the moment. And it's not also being super well protected. So let's get our Shadowhawk in range so we can both protect everybody and also, you know, kill this guy. We're going to hopefully fire over the head safely of our Urban Mech. And yeah, we may as well get everything on there. Cannon, good hit, and then we destroyed the entire engine. Alright, so that'll be 4 parts of a Phoenix, which we may or may not want to grab, although it looked like it had some pretty decent gear. It did have a large pulse laser, which makes me think it's probably at least 30, 50 or beyond, which could be some fun sensor gear. Or, you know, a couple of Griffin parts, whichever floats your fancy. I don't think we actually have any Griffin parts, so I don't know whether or not that's a major pickup for us or not just yet. We will find that out in the relatively near future. Although, did that Shadowhawk just stand still? Pegasus Scout Tank coming on back. Should have, I believe, 2 SRM-6s. If I'm recalling my Pegasus Scout tanks properly. Incoming missiles and a tag. Okay, no, he's got LRMs of some cluster AoE description. So a lot of damage scattering all across the mech, but it doesn't look like any of it's managed to hit the head just yet. Alright, Jester, time to move on to our next target, which I think should be the Chameleon. The reason why I think it should be the Chameleon is because the Chameleon is standing way out in the open, and he's right bloody there. Hi, I've got a fantastic chance to hit you with, well, everything. Listen kills on for the 60%. Good hit with the cannon. And, ooh, that tore off a leg right there. So on the ground in 1 round. Wait, did it? Oh no, we must have crit his gyro or something serious, although I'm not quite sure how. We will probably, however, destroy his leg. Nope, he's going to run away. And he's now presenting his other leg to us. Structure exposed on the Hachi, so the Hachi is, well, a little bit in danger, which is obviously not great. It didn't move as fast as it could have. So, Paladin. Yeah, he's facing the other side now. However, I might be able to deal with that. I may end up not caring much about that at all. 44%, yeah, let's go right past the area where we have to worry about, and we'll just lay into him, see if we can't add up a little bit more. Slightly more fire will actually make him unsteady. Hopefully, now Mockingbird is most certainly up, but Finn is as well, so Finn might be able to get enough damage onto the Chameleon in order to make it unsteady. I want Mockingbird to be able to move in with the Deadfire ammunition. Her legs are open. Alright, Vulcan. I'm going to fire down to the Tombo, managing to miss by a fairly significant amount, probably because the Tombo was sprinting at maximum speed. We're going to have to keep the Hachi at maximum speed as well if we want to keep that gosh darn thing alive. Oh, I forgot just how blisteringly fast the Javelin is. Oh, good. We're going to have fairly accurate shots. We'll go Narc and Tag on this as well. Just need a couple good hits, and that's an unsteady result, which means now Mockingbird can come in. We'll switch our listen kills over to Deadfires and get her sprinting as fast as we can as well. Get right up close and personal. And do I have multi? I do have multi-target. Is that serious? An assassin that? Target the Shadowhawk because he's next. And the Chameleon and Bravo to Bravo. 51% chance of hitting him with a grenade. Super High Arc managed to miss by 14%. Obviously not great, but hey, then the Deadfires came in, and we've managed to open up his other side with a head hit, too. So that's going to be the knockdown that we were looking for, so this pilot better not be having a good day. Might even be able to blow off his legs fairly easily. So the massive minuses to initiative for falling over. He is still in the mech. The assassin coming up is going to punch. It's going to go for the punch and manage to nail the back of the Hachi. However, its back is now towards us. I'm not quite sure how I want to go about this. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I know exactly what I want to do. First things first, got to set the PPC back down to standard mode. I am not willing to risk that thing exploding inside the mech. It's too valuable. We do have a replacement, but it would take a long time to replace. Good go for a torso. Do I know what's in it? I don't. That is very unfortunate. Could try and tear off the leg, though. Let's tear off the leg. Aim for that. Turn on the ER as well, since we're not firing on rapid anymore. Good hits. Managed to destroy his right leg entirely, which means now just his left leg is the only thing that stands between him and total death. Coach can move on forward with the Phoenix Hawk, and we'll get the Phoenix Hawk up to speed as well. I am going to ignore the Assassin for now. It's a 45 tonner and it doesn't have anything too special. We are looking at a major overheat, but I'm going to deal with that. Fire. And managed to tear off his left arm, which was not the target at all. But hey, his injuries are down to 2 of 5. I'm surprised the pilot hasn't managed to bail yet, but I suppose that's the decision that he chose to make. But that leg is so close to, well, not so close. The arm is gone, and it's down to probably about 45, 50 health. So if we direct enough firepower into it, we can probably take it reasonably intact. And I would like to, because it does have some nice gear. As we saw, a medium pulse laser exploded when we took out that entire left torso. Hachi under a little bit of fire. Nothing managed to connect. Lovely. How are the legs on the Hachi doing, aside from the one that's been torn off? Not bad. Okay. Howl. Let's get the Wolverine up here. So we're going to sprint the Wolverine as well. We want to make sure that, one, we're providing enough electronic countermeasure support, as well as getting good damage down on target. ECM protection going down on people. Target his leg and blow it clean off, please. And both legs destroyed. We also tore off his right arm. So we lost an ER large laser, but we did manage to save the center torso, I believe. Maybe not. I'm hoping that thing had double heat sinks, just because we spent a lot of effort in keeping it relatively intact. It had a whole bunch of pulse lasers and energy weapons, so maybe we may have saved a heatsink kit with that one. Whether or not that's true or not is going to be interesting. Valkyrie is, or nope, Shadowhawk going to face away from me while not having moved all that far. Well, I know who's dying next. Pegasus, risk Pegasus. Oh, those are probably MMLs. In that case, we have a, yeah, we have a problem. So there goes my listen kill ammunition off of the Hachi, and the Hachi is now on the ground, incredibly vulnerable. It, of course, being an urban mech means that that's a very, very bad day. Alright, phase 22. The Hachi is at 4, so Jester, you've got to get on the run as quickly as possible, because I think I've got to kill this Pegasus first. I want to kill the Shadowhawk, but that Pegasus, well, it has enough equipment to cut through all of my defenses. So listen kill ammunition set, AC 10. Yeah, we're going to cook it a little bit. I was really, really hoping that would hit. Structure exposed. Okay, now it's vulnerable. Yeah, it would have been nice to put Jester to fire all of that into the back of the Shadowhawk, but this thing has just demonstrated that it's too dangerous to live. So I'm going to blow it sky high, because the Hachi right now is sitting here down here at 1, not 4. So everybody else gets to move before it, and everybody gets to take free call shots at it. My only hope is the electronic countermeasure being strong enough, which means these two mechs need to get on forward as soon as possible. Okay, Finn is going to left or right side with you? I don't know. I want to say it was this side here, which is indeed the left side when you look at it. So sprint, give me a left side shot with that javelin. Affirmative. I chose wrong. I chose wrong. Turn off the narc because the temperature needs to stay under control, but blitz him anyway. Good hits all around, so we are going to now swing over to the other side with probably Paradox, because the Usagi should be able to make it there. It can fly there, that's for sure. But if I do this, I am very much... Ooh, can it fly there? Alright, it's got to move right there if it wants this shot. I do want the shot, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to cook this mech too badly. The chance of hitting that is very, very low, so I'm going to check to see who I'd be blocking. Not many people, actually. Alright, run on forward as fast as you can. Eastern protection going down, and you're going to fire, yeah, everything, because it'll just only bring you a little bit over the heat line. Missing both shots was obviously less than ideal, and the Hachi is honestly the best person in order to take care of this thing, which is probably why the Pegasus targeted her first. Because if Mockingbird's down, then Mockingbird can't do the things that Mockingbird likes to do, like annihilate vehicles, which, you know, she's got a lot of shots to be able to do. Right there is going to have to be the location where the Tombo is going to be going, so we're being hyper-aggressive on this one. Oh, it's such an easy, good shot, but I've got to kill you. You didn't kill it. You managed to hit him quite a few times, but no, you didn't kill it. Alright, that's obviously less than good. Coach, reserve. I don't know what I'm going to do with the Phoenix Hawk, because it is cooking. It's going to spend 2 turns cooking, actually. I knew that was going to happen. I just wasn't expecting the Pegasus to suddenly show up and do that much damage. So that's a major concern, actually, at the moment. So 17 for that guy, for the Valkyrie? Because you're the Vulcan in back. So 18 is the Vulcan, 17 will be the Valkyrie. And the Assassin decided to stand still. He's probably trying to bait me out to just not engage that Pegasus, because that Pegasus is going to burn through somebody else. He's got a lot of SRMs, and, well, it's a risk one. So the risk one is obviously the most important thing to get absolutely annihilated before we die. Let's see how the enemy wants to respond. That warrior, thankfully, has not been doing too much just yet. And here comes the Vulcan, bouncing. Made his decision. Howl, time to get up here with the Wolverine. Come on, I need you faster. A little bit faster. You might actually do an okay job against him. Yeah, this is not going to be great, but I've got to do it. Oh, she got it. Lovely. Thank you very much. So Howl has managed to take care of the Pegasus. We've got that out of the fight now. Unfortunately, we did have to pass up the opportunity to utterly annihilate the back of that Shadowhawk, which means it's less than golden. I will probably punch with the Phoenix Hawk, because the Phoenix Hawk is going to be cooking next turn as well. So phase 13 on this one, which means I am still waiting for, well, it's Howl actually, and somebody else. I don't think it's the assassin. I think the assassin holds still. The warrior coming up forward. Gonna open fire on yep, gonna fire the Hachi, because the Hachi's sitting still. Luckily for us, the ACM coverage is great. Only 2 of those missiles actually managed to get through on this Owl, so that'll keep her mostly on alive. Coach can now come on forward and take the free punch into the back of him. We're gonna cook. Yes, that was understood, but as long as we melee this round and next round, we should be good. And it's a hit. Okay, that's actually really good, because that'll push him back a single turn. Don't torch. Okay, so we managed to keep that heat under control. Mockingbird can now get up. Stand up. And she is now mostly out of this fight. I mean, the hit that she took was pretty brutal. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip over slightly to the side. And I'm going to take out all my aggression out on you. Dead fires all. Alright, good hits on the assassin, although... Did I also nick a friendly? I may have. Not the biggest deal in the world. Paladin! Alright, so the Tombo is rather toasty at the moment. However, I'm going to take full advantage of the fact that he is right behind this mech to utterly blitz him. And we're going to fire everything we got into his back. Good hits, target acquired, and now we shoot and scoot off through the ice, which will reduce my, which will increase my stability, but also increase my heat sinking. Alright, so that's taken care of. Lovely. Enemy turn on phase, which is the assassin's going to go for the punch. And managed to hit him back again, clanging with that 28 damage, which is unfortunate. Although he is focusing on my back armor, which is actually holding up against it. Although if he hits another center torso back, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. I do want to punch as well with the Usagi, because the Usagi is a bit, well, ooh, actually I could take a PPC shot. Can I get a PPC shot to the back on him? I do have it. All right, we will do that. Switching over to the ice, and I can't fire both, but I'll shut off the medium laser, because the PPC will inflict a status effect as well. And a good hit for 22 damage on his back. So sensors impaired on that one. We're steadily starting to... Ooh, we're actually drilling pretty good. I may not want to drill that hard. I may want to go in from the sides. Oh, but the shot on the back was too good to pass up. We're on phase 20. Who's on 20? Ah, it's the Vulcan again. Vulcan coming in for a punch, so it looks like the enemy wants to get up close and personal. He does have flamers, if I recall correctly, so I'm a bit surprised he didn't try and use those. Alright, Finn now. Finn coming up in the Javelin. The Javelin is, of course, extra special toasty. We're going to slip on him back here as well. And long range fire this one. Medium laser off, medium laser off, medium laser off. LRM on? I get one medium laser and a light tag, or the LRM and the light tag. Start on the LRM. We're going to go Narcs on this one and see if we can't make everybody else's life just a little bit easier. 3 hits with the Narc and the target acquired, which means Jester should have no trouble at all, just absolutely eliminating this guy from existence. Step on the heat, and this will get us under temperature, and we can fire everything. Fire! Good hit, structure exposed, and left torso destroyed, which knocked out his engine, which is really, really lucky, actually. So we blew up an XL engine, clearly, but the fact that that worked... Oh, that worked beautifully. The thing about that was that we managed to actually get very lucky in the fact that we hit only his left torso instead of, tearing apart the entire mech. So that, very helpfully, has placed us in an excellently powerful position. Now we're behind the Vulcan, and I'm just going to keep lighting them up. Okay, couple of misses, couple of hits, and we hit the Phoenix Hawk, which is unfortunate. But the Vulcan is now very much in trouble because we're behind him by several things. Although the Vulcan and the Assassin are kind of relatively similar priorities. I think the Hachi can handle it. I'm not entirely sure on that, but I think we can take care of that without too much trouble. We do have a fairly powerful ECM bubble getting generated over here, which the Wolverine has stepped somewhat outside. A little worried about that, but we'll take care of it in the fairly near future. Yeah, very much have to use... Wait, what sensors do you have? It's a really good question, actually. You are utilizing enhanced imaging. Oh, yes. For extra accuracy. I should probably use that enhanced imaging system every so often just in order to handle the enemy a little bit better. Phase 17, it's the warrior and the Valkyrie deciding whether or not they're going to jump on in, and I don't know who didn't go, but one of them didn't. Coach, you're up on phase 13. The Phoenix Hawk is a little bit too toasty to actually handle this. I could start punching you in the back, but I think I want to get back here, give a little bit of extra protection and support. Ooh, but I don't want to show my back to him so easily. Right. The Valkyrie. I can probably cause the most amount of damage to that Valkyrie. Oh, Coach.
Ready to rock.
Because a good hit through will deal 41 damage. So I'll slip in behind him. Give him a big old fist to the back, and another good hit. So he's actually being fairly effective in melee. Mockingbird can now stand up. Oh, she didn't fall over. Lovely. Which side is already damage on you? It is the left side, so I will switch on like this, but that'll show my back to the entire universe, and I can't afford that, or else I will die. And I don't have jump jets. So we'll do this, which is a little bit unfortunate, but hey, I'm hoping for a little bit better accuracy on the Deadfire's fire. Okay, lower arm destroyed. Hit pilot injured. I would hope that he would be feeling a little bit worried at this point, but I suppose not. I'll probably have to turn back and kill him fairly shortly. Who is up? Howl's going to be up first. That'll be it. And Paradox as well. So the Usagi's going to be able to get a shot in, as will the Wolverine. The Wolverine is actually really well set up to break things. So I should probably turn her around and have her take a couple of pot shots at the assassin. We've opened up both of his arms and his legs, so he's quite vulnerable on the extremities. Paladin, the Tombo is ready to rock and roll. And so what I'm going to do is, do you have a shot? No. You have to move for it. I'm going to maneuver so I can get a... Oh, just can't see you. That is unfortunate. All right, get on over here. Show up in time to hurt him. So let's go save the Hachi. 80% chance to hit, and we're going to cook a little bit, but that's perfectly okay. Managed to break a SRM2 listen kill. I'm surprised he hasn't been using it, because it's a fairly powerful weapon. He'll be able to run back into the ice next turn, and that'll take care of all of his problems. Paradox could go, but Finn is also available. The Javelin is a fairly toasty mech, but also an incredibly quick one, which means I can abuse that just a little bit by shifting to show any side that I want. Like so. Hi, I've got more damage for you. It's in the form of 4 medium lasers, and I'm going to rush back to the ice in order to take care of the heat later on. Good hits, managed to destroy even more on that arm. He does have, I believe, a medium laser on his right arm, but he's moving only at 15, which is going to be after everybody else moves. The Usagi, I would like to not have to show its back to the world, but I don't think I'm going to have the greatest of choices with that one. I could fire through a friendly, but that would probably do really terrible things to accuracy. Can, however, go right there. So we'll put ourselves right here, and we do have a shot. We're going to fire both because I want to make sure that he goes down. Good hits, tore out his left torso and his left leg at the same time. So splitting the fire between the two has managed to knock him over, and that'll put him down to a single injury. Is he going to stick to the mech, or is he going to bail? Because if I were him, I'd bail one out because he's about to die. Howl, he's on 1. The Hachi's on 10. So you know what? Howl is just going to continue her assault because she's got a 99% accuracy on the back of a Vulcan. Fire. Ooh, that Vulcan didn't stand a chance and is in many pieces. And she's just going to shift a little bit to the side and a little bit forward just to make sure that everybody understands this Wolverine is here, and it's going to beat the ever-loving crap out of you. I have a similarly excellent shot on the Valkyrie. Do I want to take that Valkyrie, or do I want to take the... I want to take the Valkyrie. Fire the cannon. Good hits on target, managing to cause quite a bit of damage to it. We are starting to cook a little bit, but again, that's totally controllable. And the Valkyrie's going to shift on away, probably trying to protect that now damaged left side. No, he's just going to face his back towards me. Coach, do you have a shot on that helicopter? You do, and it's perfectly accurate. Fire everything. And the warrior no longer exists. So we're down to a single part of the lance left. The initial blocking force is down to 50% though. So we're cooking a little bit, but we'll drop the Phoenix Hawk back into the ice, and that'll take care of that Mockingbird. It's time for you to eliminate the person who has been trying to kill you for so long. Target is center torso. Dead fires are up. Open fire. Destroyed.
That's a kill.
Alright, now it's just a very damaged Valkyrie as we reprogram to see just how fast it can move, which is not very far. So the Hachi's in a bit of trouble. That's a problem. It's not going to be able to even keep up with convoys, which is somewhat concerning. The Tombo, we're just going to rush you into the ice. We're going to spend a little while just sort of recuperating from that. We do have to still kill a Valkyrie, but at the end of the day, it's a Valkyrie. So I'm not all that concerned at the moment. Paradox. Paradox is also over the heat threshold, so we'll run down here, get that heat going, or at least take care of that heat. And then Jester is also suffering from heat problems, so we will do the same thing. I don't think I need to get all that worried about whatever Valkyrie is going to be sending my way, so I'm not going to hurt myself trying to get all the excellent defenses set up against it. I will lob a couple of narc rounds towards it just to see what I can get done. 17%. Did manage to connect with one, which is a small bonus. I mean, it's not a super powerful bonus, but every little bit helps. I can get a side angle shot on you, but I think that'll be an obstructed shot. And also, I think I'll be within minimum range of that cannon. I do need to drag out the range a little bit to ensure that my ultra auto cannon is being effective and efficient. Was that it? We'll find out. 31% of the ultra auto cannon. Yeah, we're too close. But fire everything anyway. She can handle the jamming without a care in the world. We've got this Valkyrie mostly handled at this point. So just got to make sure that I beat the ever-loving crap out of it. It has some sort of missile and an energy. I believe it's an SRM-2 and a medium laser. That was a rocket launcher, because there is no way that he crammed that many missile to... It was an LRM-15 Artemis. My mistake. Okay, that was significant. Yeah, get the Phoenix Hawk into the sink as well to be able to chill out all that heat. And Mockingbird is just not involved in this fight. I mean, she can fire a... She'll lob a grenade shell. She's got 17 left. 16 now, but... Managed to miss at 82%. Not sure what she actually hit, but it looks like it went way off. Did she shoot herself? She shot herself. Right.
Yes, Commander.
Well, that was stupid. I didn't anticipate that was even possible, but I suppose, hey, anything's possible if you believe in magic enough. Turn back. 47. That ought to be good enough. High. Fire. There we go. Ultra auto cannon for the win has managed to completely wipe out our target. So the Tombow, I just want to not be in this fight anymore. In fact, Mockingbird... What are you at? You have a life support fire control. There is nothing special about this mech. If I lose this leg, I lose my dead fires and my mortar acid rounds. I've already lost a listen kill half ton. Get this mech out of here. Oh, whoops. Okay, that was not the mech I wanted to bail. Hey, we're going to be going... That was really dumb. Don't know why I did that. Alright, the Shadowhawk's gonna start moving in for support. Oh, that was really dumb. It's like, oh, I wanted to bail out Mockingbird. No, we've lost our Javelin, which I suppose is not the worst thing in the world, but oh god, that was... At least I don't think the Javelin had any sort of special fire control systems. Oh no, it might have had powered sensors. Oh, this is gonna be painful. Mockingbird, you're bailing out. Confirm. Get out of that mech. I don't want to worry about it. It's dangerous. Alright, let's go touch base.
Understood.
So, we're down to 5 mechs of the original group, so we're down to a clan star. Obviously not ideal. We were intending to be at an augmented lance of 6, but I suppose 5 will have to do. My mistake. We'll resolve it later. So we'll continue to slowly chill out. This mech builds heat slowly, but it also chills out very slowly. So, but it's not going to be the biggest problem. I do anticipate the mech will do just fine in the future, although we did have to fight our way through pretty significant odds just to get this far. Hopefully we'll actually win this contract, because there's a lot of good gear already on the table. Alright, Tortugan Convoy, ready to rock and roll. Oh, they're just going back here. Oh. Well, that would have been really, really bad for her. Okay, opening fire on the Rippers. The Rippers will have spawn protection, if I'm not mistaken, yep. So the entire enemy force is going to have spawn protection, and I move super, super quick. I gotta say, I don't like this. I think this is a very bad spawn position. So we've got a Commando and a Ripper so far. The Commando 5S, I believe, has some advanced gear on it, which will be a nice little loot pinata to lovely to take. Rippers are irritating depending on the variant, although if it's a particularly light variant, it should be relatively easy to kill and not too dangerous. However, I've used Rippers before, and Rippers, when used properly to flank and always attack the back, well, 2 medium lasers is still pretty dangerous if you know what you're doing with it. Okay, we're going to sprint on forward, see if we can't keep up with the convoy as we start to head on back towards the location, providing the ECM protection that everybody needs if they actually want to survive. The Tombow will actually have an opportunity to shoot at the Commando, and I'm sure, let's take it. We may as well. It's a 44% with attack, so let's do it. I missed by 46%, so he managed to miss by the absolute worst possible number. So good job there. Coach in the Phoenix Hawk still chilling out. Could get a shot on the Commando. I will actually take a look to see what it... I turned too far. This episode has been full of, well, actually not full. There have been 2 major errors, and the rest has been, well, surprise. So the Usagi is going to continue moving on forward as well. I'm a little bit saddened that I can't just, shot. Oh, 60% fire away. 2 good hits. We got to penetrate him. A little disappointed that I'm not going to be able to use the Usagi by dropping him into the middle of that lake on a high assault. Dude, we must have failed a sensor check. So we're going to sprint around over here, see if we can't get anything better. It's at 28%. I'm not going to fire the SRMs because that'll build heat. We'll just continue to blaze it with the autocannon. Got another good hit. Looks like we penetrated just a little bit, so he's having a bad day, which is always great for us. A little bit of return fire with some SRMs, doing 2 hits, 10 damage each. So you basically hit with a medium laser, which is always a bit unpleasant. Paladin is in a fairly decent position to try and take advantage of that, I think. He's going to have to run through a radiation field, which is less than ideal, so we're going to try and avoid that. And get an unobstructed shot. Good. Yeah, that'll be 60% all around. Scattering damage all over the mech. Managed to hit him, acquired him with the tag. Everybody else's job should be a lot easier now. And Paradox shall fly the Usagi. I mean, I could. I absolutely could. How about if we just ran in order to keep the... No, let's fly. Let's go for the minimum range. So going for minimum range on the PPC, 70% chance. I'm going to cook it. Oh, and we managed to completely tear off his arm. Took out his streak SRM, it looks like, so that's been taken care of. And override has been successful, so he's not having a great day. The Prowler shifting around to the back and lobbing a whole bunch of missiles over in his direction. Not able to connect, but that's alright. We didn't really need his help just yet on the Commando. On other targets, perhaps, but the Commando I think we have mostly taken care of. Oh, he's literally got no weapons in his center torso is cherry red. So we've basically got him taken care of. The Ripper coming on forward. Ooh, the Ripper has a bomb bay. And has just hit us with a thermal barrack explosive. So that was unfortunate. That is the only way to describe that. Alright, getting close, people. Let's go see who we can kill. 66, and yeah, kill this. This is dangerous. Actually, 47. You know what? Multi-target. Kill it and kill this. So we're going to shift over the AC-10 to fire at the Commando. So a whole bunch of missiles and tore off part the Ripper, so that's taken care of. And now the AC-10 missed by 38%. Oof. Would have been so cool if he managed to double tap and killed both of them. Unfortunately, it was not to be. Enemy phase up top. We got another Ripper incoming. Hopefully he doesn't have a bomb bay. So Coach in the Phoenix Hawk does not want to get looked at by anybody who happens to have any kind of, you know, crazy thermal barrack explosives. He can't really handle it. Large laser cored him out in one shot. Beautifully. Okay, so we've taken care of the Commando, and then we'll start moving towards the objective. We still have another Ripper who's recently showed up. We're going to try and shoot him down as fast as we can, lest he, you know, bomb us all to the Stone Age. A couple of good hits from our supporting allies on that one. Not terrible at all. The Prowler looks to be getting a little bit stuck, but hopefully at least one target will be making through. Ooh, the Ripper managing to get hit by several shots on that one. I think they may have swarm LRMs. Alright, Paladin, you are so far over the heat line that I think I'm not even going to bother with it. Just run on forward, take a look, and fire everything you got. You are basically out of this fight, but you did manage to shoot down the Ripper, so I think we've got that taken care of. With any luck, we're not going to have to, you know, run and flee from incoming fire. The Wolverine will surge on forward, see if she can't identify anything else. Howl has nothing on scanners as of yet. Jester. Jester's also going to keep with the convoy group. I do want to keep my little people all together. Actually, Jester's going to go... Are you part of the convoy? You've got to be. Jester's going to go out to escort the 2 Prowlers. Just to keep everybody in the loop. Allied convoy has made it to the location, so that will decide enemies to show up. Additional units have shown up just behind us. It appears to be a couple of Rippers. So the Phoenix Hawk is going to shift into the back in order to start helping out against those Rippers. Hopefully he won't get bombed by, you know, thermal barracks. We got a Cicada, as well as a yellow... Oh, that yellow jacket needs to die. I can't actually kill it. Medium lasers only.
Engaging target.
Triple medium laser burst managed to miss by several significant margins. They are protected by spawn protection, and there's really nothing I can do about them in this round, which is why we try to keep the heat reasonable. Snipers in the zone. Long range fire going down to the Cicada, not able to connect at all. That spawn protection is powerful. I believe it's 6 pips of evasion plus a sensor jamming that is just ridiculous. Yeah, so I'm just gonna, you know, walk the Usagi sort of out of this. If he manages not to cook, I'll be surprised. Oh, he may do it. He's just got to survive one more round of not getting on fire. Alright, Prowler's pulling back. They're still lobbing more fire over towards the Yellow Jackets. Not able to connect, but we definitely want to take out those helicopters before they actually manage to get anything on. The Cicada I'm not super worried about just yet, but maybe because I don't recognize what it is. Don't know what the tank is, and that's somewhat concerning, because tanks can be anything from really, really good to, oh my god, please go away, you're killing me. Alright, the first two of our units are on the location. The other two decided to take a bit of a detour towards the back of the base. Unfortunately, these guys won't be able to actually load onto the dropship until the entire squadron's there, because that's what they're like. We have a Prowler multi-terrain vehicle. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Do you have a shot on the Hawkmoth? Let's get in close so we can use all of our weapons. So I want to get in nice and close so that I can use everything I've got on the Yellow Jacket. Getting an altitude bonus into his back. We are being jammed now, but fire everything. Oh, wow, the AC-10 shell managed to nail it first shot. So the Firemoth is gone. Hopefully that took the thermal barrack with it. Coach, Phoenix Hawk is going to go after the next target on the list. Get up close and personal. 50%. Nope, 43. Fire everything you got. Everything into the sky. We got a penetrating hit, but it's not just dead just yet. Can I get the Usagi into range? No, that's just not going to happen yet. We are going to have to try and get... Well, I could jump into range, but I'm not going to risk that. I am going to get this mech back under control, so we have reset the heat threshold on that one. He'll be able to chill out relatively quickly. This is going to be a painful mission, but now that I can sell all the 30 tonners because I'm not super interested in any of them anymore, I should take care of our money woes at this point. So how is the enemy going to respond? Who's going to respond? I'm hoping it's not going to be that Hawkmoth because I want to kill it. Cicada going to move up behind us. It's a 3M, guarded and entrenched. Howl, you are an excellent anti-aircraft mech when you have an opportunity to shine, so give me a target anywhere. Can you fly to a target location? She can't. She's not going to be able to get a shot at all. Okay, if she can't... Yeah, there's no way the Tombo gets a shot either. So the Tombo is just absolutely steaming. We're going to start walking on over, but again, it's going to be like 3 turns of overheats. And I don't know if the pilot's going to be able to take care of that. Howl, get your sprint going on. We need to get you over there as fast as possible. Her Ultra Auto Cannon is a fantastic anti-aircraft weapon. So we can get there. Prowler pulling back, firing on the Cicada. And a single hit. Luckily, it didn't manage to hit any of us. Looks like it's turning back to engage. Please stop doing that. And also managed to shoot us in the back, which is always unpleasant. So the Prowler's re-engaging. You're endangering my no-claims bonus here, man. Just get off the field. We don't need you. We have this taken care of mostly. Okay, maybe... okay, yeah, we have this taken care of without you. Oh, wow. Never mind. I want that. Okay, we gotta figure... Okay, I want that. That's a light Gauss rifle. Yes, it is. Okay, so I need to take the Cicada intact reasonably, and I need to take the Hawkmoth out as fast as possible in order to get an opportunity for a light Gauss rifle. I am so glad I took 5 of 21 priority salvage on this one instead of going for cash. Oh, there was an opportunity there. It's like, you could make 900,000 C-bills, and that'll take care of all your money woes, but we did not go that route. And oh, are we being rewarded for it? A Shadowhawk, which I believe we did not core out, which means if we only took out the engine core, that's 4 parts to a Shadowhawk. And I don't even like Shadowhawks. So the Cicada's pulling away, and he's pulling his jamming field with him, so I don't know what he's planning, but I can't say that I think it's a very good idea. Alright, sprint on forward. Come on, give me the Hawkmoth key. There it is. I see you. Alright, we have a target on him. It's not on the side that he's weak to, but I'm going to fire it anyway. Okay, we got a good hit. I think we shot him down. The medium laser managed to hit the front of that VTOL, and it took him completely out. So we no longer have to worry about that, and we're getting his light Gauss rifle. Jester, what I want you to do, if at all possible... No, ooh, you do have a target. Can you split the shot? I don't... Oh, by the narrowest of margins. So a fantastic shot over here. Not terrible, but not great. But we're going to see if we can't just wipe him out in one shot. The structure is exposed, so it's not going to be one shot, but the Prowler is very much vulnerable to a little bit of a follow-up from the Phoenix Hawk. So, Coach, if you wouldn't mind, just step in the ice. Let's just keep the heat fully under control. Hi there, buddy. I think I've got you dead to rights. Drilled but did not kill. I think that all hit the same location as well. Somehow he's not dead, and we are also toasty a little bit, but we'll take care of that by just walking a little bit more onto the ice. So how much do you have left? Oh, wow, he must have drilled a lot of that to the front. Oof, that is unfortunate. Okay, start moving on forward. Still not in range. Still going to be another round of heating, and he's overheat successful. So next round, he'll be under control. So Howl can actually engage multiple targets here. I don't know where your ultra autocannon is located. I believe it's your right side, but I'm just going to make sure that this prowler is dead before I come after the cicada. So we'll swing back by once we're finished with him, but fire a couple of shots, and the prowler has been destroyed. So now we're just on the cicada, and it does have an ultra AC5, which we've demonstrated. Ultra AC5s are really good. I mean, they're solid pieces of equipment. They don't weigh a ton for how much they give you in terms of actual firepower. It's 90 damage for 9 tons, which that's really good for an autocannon. Prowler continuing to move on. And just to be clear, classic BattleTech, AC5s are not that good. But in this, they have drastically increased the firepower of it. When you consider, based on the medium laser and AC20, that most weapon damages have been multiplied by 5, the AC2 should be doing 10 damage, and the AC5 should be doing 25. Well, the AC5 does 45, and the AC2 does 25. So the AC2 is times like 14 and a half the amount of damage it should be doing, which is rather hilarious. It has made Ultra AC5s actually fairly decent, and AC5s even are fairly decent for their tonnage, but Ultra AC5s, because they are only a single ton more for another extra shot, are just really good. Now, you do have to risk jamming every time you use it, but if you've built up a pilot like Howl, along with the proper targeting computers to use that piece of equipment, it's not the biggest concern in the world. Okay, we're just going to hunt this cicada down, because, yeah, we'd like to get everybody there, but I'm not super worried about it. Sprint, I'm actually just going to sprint out here. So I'm still in the heat threshold. So using the ice to chill that mech out, we'll have that fully under control. The Shadowhawk getting a little bit toasty, but this round of... I was about to say this round of not shooting is going to get the temperature back. Just fire the autocannon. Managed to miss by 62%. I'm kind of glad I didn't fire the rest of the gun. So he actually moved very high on the initiative track. Let's see if he'll come back towards me. Prowler multi-terrain vehicle, still providing extra long-range fire support. Not having taken out the cicada just yet, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we'll see what we can get done in relatively soon. Paladin. Paladin finally back under control, and I'm about to shove him right back over the line into the whirlwind. Yeah, that's a terrible chance to hit. I'll shut off a medium laser because I don't feel like cooking, because it's only 16% fire. Did not hit him at all, not even a tag. So the cicada should have an opportunity to do something soon. However, Chester is going to go full bore. We're going to change his electronic countermeasure to electronic countermeasure, and I'm going to run right up to him. Do I have his ballistic insight? Let's see if I can see it. Do we have him in visual range? We do. His ballistic is in his left torso. Okay, so we want that right torso, and we want it bad. So he's going to be very evasive, so I don't think I want the negative for, sprinting. Okay, it's not the greatest chance to hit. We'll set... Ooh, I'm out of listen kills. Okay, so this is just normal at this point. Fire everything! Good hit, tore off his right arm, and I think we killed an engine. So, unfortunately, we lost the Ultra Autocannon 5 ammunition, but I think we've saved the gun. And now the gun's the important bit. Ammunition important as well, but the gun is pretty significantly important given the fact that without it, you can't do anything. Sure, you can argue without the ammunition, it's totally pointless, but ammunition is a little bit easier to come by, all things considered. A lot of the time, you can find them in just shops, although the more esoteric style of autocannons tend to be a little bit less likely to be located. Alright, let's just make sure this last prowler has an escort so he feels nice and safe so he can head on back home. We actually have 2 prowlers that are currently needing to head back home as the AI decides how they want to make their move. Alright, so we're down to just 1 waiting to get on board the dropship. I do believe we've taken out everything, so... Oh, these 2 mechs going down to this battle is unfortunate. Now, it's not the worst repair times ever, as I think we have it mostly handled, but still. Did not mean to bail out the Javelin at all. That was a mistake. Did mean to bail out the Hachi, just in case. And we did run out of AC-10 ammunition, which is not something that happens very often. So normally we manage to keep basically every single round. We also ran out of listen kill ammunition for our SRM on the Shadowhawk, so that was a little bit of an interesting setup. So we'll just make sure that we all get around this prowler so that it feels nice and safe, and we'll actually drive onto the dropship so that we can get on out of here. A successful mission will be behind us for sure. Coach, yeah, keep up with the group. I mean, there's no penalty for being too far behind, but we would prefer you to be alongside the rest of us. And he drives into the zone, and that's it. There goes the Leopard. He is gone. Mission successful. Very much, well, mostly successful. None of our mechs were destroyed. We did deliberately bail out of 2 of them. I don't think I lost anything in the Javelin. And I also don't think I lost anything in the Usagi boat, or the Hachi boat. We're going to have to see. That's going to be the real thing about whether or not this was successful or not, is just how bad that's going to be. Although, there was a lot of good gear there. I don't know if I can fully say that. Alright, we got 308,790 civilians, plus 30% for all that. We lost a sensor tracker. Oh, that sucks. Sensor trackers are amazing. We lost nothing out of the Hachi's head, which was intentional. But the sensor tracker lost. Oh, that sucks so much. Okay, the chameleon comes in batches of 2, which is more than a little amusing to me. The Griffin got all the Shadowhawk right there, all of the Valkyrie. Okay, so, Gauss Rifle Blackwell, plus 1 accuracy, plus 1 evasion. Pips ignored. This weapon has a flat 15% chance. I hate that so much. I hate that so much. The fact that it just has a chance to jam at 15%, and if it jams, it could potentially explode. So, hey, whatever. Right. Light Gauss Rifle, very interesting. Possibly going to take it. Got a couple of medium pulse lasers, which we would like to grab. Ultra AC5, I think I'm going to take it. A voice cockpit is plus 1 initiative. Endosteel came in batches of 2. I have 3, so we're okay with that. 3. There's an XL engine. How about a kit? Heatsink double, no. I want a heatsink kit. Oh, double Gauss. I have none, so I'm going to have one of those. Swarm LRM, sensor basic, sensor recon. Do you have a jammer inside of you? Yes, you do. So do I need an XL engine? I mean, I have 2 of them. I'm not really using them, but I could use them if I wanted to. Could get a rangefinder, which is helpful for just the plus 1 gunnery, which is a little bit additional helped out, especially with being able to reduce jamming. Guardian ECM, though, I think I'm going to swap out the... I want to lose this gas. Well, it's a 15% jam chance. I don't want to use that. I think I'm going to grab the Guardian right there. So Guardian ECM, double Gauss ammunition, and Ultra AC5. Do I have any of these? I do not. I may not even have any Ultra AC5 ammo. Sensor recon is just too good to pass up. The main thing is for the free jammer you get on board. It's just useful. Alright, lock it in. What do we get? So we got the Chameleon, got a Cicada, got a whole bunch of Griffin parts, got 1 Shadowhawk part, and a whole bunch of Valkyrie parts. I did not get the Gauss Rifle, what I was kind of low-key hoping for. Got a couple of double heat sinks, the ammo double up. Yeah, it's not a great pickup. I mean, the stuff that we asked for was nice to have, but I would have preferred a couple more good random items. So, a whole bunch of wasted ones. We will be selling a lot of that tech, just because we don't need it. I did want that Gauss, but I wasn't about to risk that much. And I think I have a Clan Gauss anyways, currently sitting in the hole. So it's not the biggest of deals. Sure, plus 1 accuracy, minus 1 evasion would have been really, really nice to have. But I've got a Clan Gauss rifle that has a plus 3 fire control system Gauss, which I'm definitely going to be using on something. At least I think it's this campaign. I'm 90% sure it's this campaign and Apollo's Vipers, but we will be finding out fairly shortly. So waiting until it comes back to us, because I do actually want to check the hold about that. I am not concerned about that Gauss rifle. Also about the repairs on those 2. Like, oh, that sucks that we lost the powered sensors. A couple of actions happening. Castile took jump point 260 from Barak, and the Magistracy has taken Mansu from Merrick. We are 136,000 Seabills for that one. So that sucks. Plus 16 days. We're going to have to see how long that actually is, but I assume a lot of that is the Javelin and the... no, it's not. The Usagi's a single-day fix. Oh, no, the Hachi is a 7-day fix. That's not terrible. And the Javelin is 3 days. Yeah, because we basically bailed out perfectly. The Kitsutsuki... we're going to possibly redesign that back. Only a single day fatigue? Interesting. Check out the mech because I do wonder if that Gauss rifle exists. Come to components and ballistics. I have Rack 5 ammo. I have a lot of Rack 5 ammo, but do I have Ultra AC5 ammo? I don't think I do. I have like Gauss ammo, ammo Gauss, ammo double Gauss, which is great. Airburst mortar. Ultra AC5. Oh, I do have a Rack 5 Clan. Right, that's got to go into something. And I do have a Clan Gauss rifle, which does 75 damage, so it does even more damage, and a silver bullet Gauss in case we want to get extra fun. And yeah, we probably will. So, not the best thing, however, I am going to start selling off some pieces. Checking the lights, anything can build, can't build. And the mediums, can't build. On the heavies, our beautiful little Orion that I want to be able to pull out of storage and be able to actually use, but we need one more part to that. But that's going to do it for today's episode. I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe before I see a notification every time I upload these videos. Press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and maybe join us for the streams on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 5 o'clock. And I will see you all in the next episode.